Namaskar. Dear friends, we all know that since prehistoric days, the sudden death have been the problem for all the humankind, and nobody knew actually what was the cause. And as such, different factors of blind face were told to be the cause of sudden death. Later on, while we came on the diagnostic level, we knew that the heart diseases were the major cause of the sudden death. And even a few years back, we never treated them well, and human beings, all of them used to suffer from heart diseases and expired suddenly. Later on, while we came on the diagnostic level, we knew that the heart diseases are the main reason of the sudden death, and different factors, different methods of the diagnosis come up, and they were utilized for the diagnosis. From the beginning, ECG was the main diagnosis, and later on so many other advanced methods like echo, then scanning, and the angiography, these were developed. Now we know that for the diseases, any type of diseases, the circulation is the main thing which improves the condition of the organ. Similarly, in the heart and other vital organs, the circulation was to be increased. And so, first this was used by the drugs. And so many drugs which I have shown in the table, those drugs were used. Later on, some invasive methods and operation were used. Angioplasty with stent or without stent were used. Then bypass operation also was used. Later on, in certain portion of the world, actually in America, there was one machine, EECP, was under development, and they have been trying since 1953 up to 1995. And in 95, they developed this EECP machine which came in practice clinically in 97. While I was going through the literature of the EECP, in EECP actually they increased the blood volume in the chest and abdomen. In chest and abdomen, in the whole body, we have to seek where the more blood is required and where the less blood is required. This EECP machine, by increasing the cuffs pressure, that causes the obstruction in the lower limb and gluteal region, and thus that much volume increases in the abdomen and chest. This actually, I thought over on this problem and came to struck to my mind that these can be done by simple Padmasan, Vajrasan, Utkatasana, and also by Pavan Muktasan. So I started, because I had the same problem of after all doing all the methods of the heart treatment, I was still having the failure of the bypass. So I started doing Padmasan, and gradually that increased my circulation, and in few years it was from the 27% to 70% my LVEF developed. I will like to show you these asanas.
You will observe opposite heels are put on the uppermost part of the thighs after holding the knees. Thus, a pressure is developed on the femoral arteries. The pressure is further increased by doing the Baddha Padmasana. Compression of axillae gives pressure on the axillary arteries. Thus, the total blood volume that comes under pressure is about 54%. The blood volume in chest and abdomen increases pressure, which in turn dilates arteries and forms new capillaries. Further, bending forward and backward, leftward and rightward will synchronize with the diastolic and systolic phase of the heart. The same exercise can be repeated by changing the position of the leg. Compression and decompression can be repeated 5 to 10 times as per your capacity, and this can be gradually increased up to 20 minutes. This is what the EECP machine actually does by increasing the pressure in cuffs applied on legs, thighs and buttocks. Here, a pair of balls of different size are put in the pockets of your pajamas or tracks. The hands are put on the ball so that they stay in place. One can move forward and backward to give pressure to the arteries. The same is shown in the animation here. You can apply a tight belt just above the balls so that they do not move. A sufficient pressure is developed with Angushtha Mudra and similar results are achieved. Ulkatsan. You will observe this position can be utilized to increase the pressure on the femoral and auxiliaries, and further, inward and outward movements of folded thighs and legs will give the effect of compression and decompression. Blood circulation of head and neck can also be squeezed. This will cause dilation of arterioles of chest. The Pavanamukta Asana. This asana also gives the effect of compression and decompression. People talk about yoga and it is practiced all over the world. But a scientific study is a must, and this is a challenge to all the new budding scientists. They need to put in their best and work extensively in this field.